What's going on, fam? What's going on? It's your boy Lazy Lightsaber back at it again, talking about this Switch Pro. I know you saw the thumbnail, I know you saw the title of the video, but before we jump into it real quick, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss any new episodes. Don't forget to like the video to help me in the algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe. A lot of you guys watch the videos, but you don't subscribe, so don't forget those two things. So moving right in real quick before we get started as well, big shout out to Adam from Timelag Gaming. He's a real good dude and he responded to me in the comments. I appreciate it. Don't forget to check his channel out as well. So he made a video regarding Switch Pro and he thinks there is one coming later this year. But his take on it is that he thinks the new Pro Control will be like a home console, right? So it won't be a Switch. So, I mean, yes, it will be a Switch, but it will be, I guess, a Switch that can only be docked, right? And it's gonna have a lot of specs and it's gonna kind of, that's what it'll be. So I disagree. I don't think that that's what's coming. And there's many reasons why I don't think that's coming. One, the Switch is selling like hotcakes. All right, Switch sales are doing phenomenal. If you don't have a Switch already, you're probably about to get one or just got one during this holiday season. So you probably already got one under the tree and you're playing it and you're realizing how awesome it is. So I think Nintendo is, once the new consoles launch, the Xbox One series or whatever they're calling theirs, and then the PlayStation 5, people think, oh, Nintendo is now pressured or has to come out with a high-spec console, and I actually don't think that's the case. Nintendo will rely purely on its size and install size. Because it's going to have so many consoles out there, it's going to rely on that. It's going to rely on first-party titles, so I'm sure there's going to be some GTA maybe coming soon to the Switch, some Red Dead Redemption. It's also going to rely on its own first-party titles, like maybe the Zelda Breath of the Wild, excuse me, Breath of the Wild 2 that's coming out, and then the Mario Odyssey that I'm thinking part 2 is coming out, or maybe some type of really huge expansion pack, because they've kept quiet with that game. But maybe games like that will be coming out, a Metroid Prime 4. So big name titles that people are expecting. Hey, they could even show us a new Star Fox game, right? And I'm talking about like Star Fox 64 type Star Fox, not like that Starlink shit that we got that was kind of whack a couple years ago. But that's why I think that there will be no Switch Pro, this big thing that Nintendo is developing. Nintendo is not going to devote resources to bring in a Pro version that goes against what the Switch is, right? So the Switch is called the Switch because you can switch from handheld to docked. I mean, that would be completely going backwards from what you call yourself. Yes, I know the Switch Mini does that, but the Switch Mini is still a portable system, which is a big thing, right? It's a big thing to be able to go on the go and play The Witcher 3, go on the go and play Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild, and whatever future titles come out for the game. So if you lock it down to a home console, you're gonna lose half of your fans right there. I think you're gonna lose half of the portable people and be like, oh, this is crap, dude. Now I'm tied down to a TV again. The whole reason why I bought a Switch Lite, right, or even a Switch, was to have the ability to go portable, the ability to walk out of the house and continue gaming, right? So I think if you launch a home console type thing, you really alienate a huge part of your fan base, which is the reason why they got the Nintendo Switch. Now I can see a case for his argument. Definitely, I think that is possible. Shoot, Nintendo could say screw it. I mean, they've done crazier things and just launch a home console, call it the Switch Pro or whatever they want to call that. Obviously, they won't use that exact name, but that would be like their pro version of the Switch. But I just don't see that. I think they would rather just make a next gen console at that point. So I think they're gonna stretch the Switch out as long as possible. 6 years, 7 year cycle. I hope, because I really like it. But when they get ready to move, I think that's when they'll make a new console. And I don't think it's going to be a home console. I don't think Nintendo's going back to that anytime soon. I could see this type of console where it's half portable, half docked, being a thing that they go into at least for the next 2 gens. I honestly think that the Switch will be like that type of gaming console where it's both handheld and docked will be a thing that they'll be going into for the next two cycles. And I think if we do get a revised Switch Pro, I don't think it's going to be a powerful Switch Pro as everybody's thinking. I think if we do get something, it'll be something that's 1080p, right, when on handheld, and then 60 frames per second, maybe a stronger chip with the larger battery, so the portable mode will last longer, those type of things. I don't think there'll be huge changes where it's going to be docked only and you're going to have the 4K 120 frames per second. It's just going to be this huge thing that's going to happen. I think if they were going to do that, they would have done that from the gate, right? They would have launched a docked only Nintendo console and then launched a Switch, right? Like the portable version of that. That would have been a better idea. I feel like if you're doing it docked now, you're kind of going backwards. So you should have just launched with the direct competitor of Xbox and of PlayStation, which you still are. People say, oh, they're not competing. Yes, they are. And then do it that way instead of going back the other way. I do respect his take on it. So from that aspect, I definitely listen to it. But for my own opinion, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think Nintendo will count and bank on its games to keep selling its system when the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox come out later this year. So when you're making those choices, right, you're going to see, oh, well, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 came out. Maybe we can do, maybe we should get that instead of the new PlayStation 5. And you're probably like, oh man, you're crazy, lazy. What are you talking about? Of course you're going to pick a PlayStation 5. Not necessarily. If a PlayStation 5 is going to cost you $400 and there you have a Switch, which could drop in price to $150, right? Or, well, not $150, but maybe to $250, and maybe the Switch Lite to $150, and the new Zelda Breath of the Wild is there, and your kid plays Zelda, right? Or you already have a Switch, you're probably going to pick that game up. Probably 9 times out of 10, the parents will pick up the Switch over the new PlayStation. 1, because it's portable, and 2, because it's cheaper. When a parent goes to the store to buy a game, they're going to buy the cheaper one. And the adults that already have a Switch will be buying the game. So I think it's a win-win. And I think that type of strategy where they launch like really cool, dope games from time to time will be kind of where they stay until it's time for the new Nintendo to come out. So that's kind of my take on the Switch Pro. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you agree. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on new episodes. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Anyways, no Switch Pro, and I'm out. You guys take care.